And I'm joined in studio now by a dear friend, Roger Schlesinger. He's known in many circles as the Mortgage Minute Guy. Roger, always great to see you.
Good to see you, Don.
Now, we had a chat before coming on the air, and you wanted to make very clear that you've got some sage advice for borrowers, because we're always hearing ads on the radio and on TV, refinance your mortgage, and you're saying, well, before you do that, listen to Roger. So Roger, you have the floor.
Well, I'm crazy about refinancing. I think it's a great deal, but too many people don't understand what they're doing, and led by, unfortunately, most of the people who advertise mortgages. When they say to you this, if let's say you have a 4 3/4 30-year fixed, we can get you 3 3/4 30-year fixed. We won't charge you any closing costs, and it is a win, because look how much money you're going to be saving on a monthly basis. Well, that sounds good. Unfortunately, it's wrong. You're not going to be saving money on a monthly basis for this reason. When you have a mortgage loan, it's made up of principal and interest. And if you have a 30-year loan, which is the longest loan in the world, because America is the only one who has it, a 30-year loan, it takes you 14 years and about 4 months for the principal payment and the interest payment to be equal. Right. For the first 14 years and 3 months, the principal is subordinated to the interest, which is much higher. In fact, when you start, it's about 72% interest.
Wow.
If you have a 15-year loan, your principal is ahead right from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. So you have more principal payments, about 54% to about 46%, and it just builds and builds and builds. That's why that pays in 15, the other way pays in 30. So when people say, well, yeah, but look at it, I'm saving like $240 a month. Well, in 5 years, you will have lost, let's say on a $300,000 loan, and your point spread, you'll have lost about $5,000 in amortization.
Wow.
You'll have picked up maybe $12,000 in savings, but you'll also have lost the interest write-off, because when you have it smaller, you have smaller interest, and you'll lose about $12,000 that you could write off, and it depends on what bracket you're in as to how good it does for you. Okay, so right away, at the end of 5 years, you may be $3,000 or $4,000 ahead on a $300,000 loan if you switched from, say, a 4 3/4 to a 3 3/4.
So what you're recommending is that they would refinance to a 15-year deal.
Or a 20-year. But here's the bad part. If they go with the 30, they have a little profit, so they're saying, well, I got a little profit. What's wrong with that? You also have 5 more years to pay at the end of the loan than you did before.
That's right.
And the spread is going to get worse. So if you want us to go from a 30 to a 30, and you stick with it long enough, you'll lose, period.
Almost out of time, but if people want to pick your brain and get into a more succinct discussion with you, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call us at 866-288-0088, or you can go to mortgageminuteguy.com.
Roger Schlesinger is the Mortgage Minute Guy. He's done my mortgage. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Again, mortgageminuteguy.com is their website. Roger, thanks so much.
My pleasure.